100% Chelsea. Hello, everyone. Welcome to your match review live with myself, Louis, and Max. You guys can say hi.
How you doing? You guys all right?
Nice one.
Hello.
That was very nonchalant. Anyway, anyway, 2-1. We done it. We got 3 points over at Carrow Road. I predicted 2-1. It's come true. However, those last 20 minutes or so were a bit hard to take. I honestly thought we might do an Arsenal and bottle it, but we didn't. Max, what's your reaction on today's game? We started off with a lineup that was pretty much expected, except for Kennedy to start at left back and for Traore to start. It started off absolutely wonderfully. Talk us through it.
Yeah, fastest goal so far this season, from what I know, within 39 seconds of the game. What a start for Kennedy. Very good to see that a little bit of youth got a goal, proved a point. He should definitely be in that starting lineup a lot more often. Glad to see Traore start. Disappointing he didn't get a goal, but he did have a few chances. I've got to be honest, obviously, we've done a preview on Sunday night, and for me, the game went pretty much as I expected. I remember saying, I did predict 3-1. I wasn't right there. I think you did predict 2-1, so well done.
Thank you.
But I remember saying I didn't think we were going to keep a clean sheet. I didn't exactly think it was going to be ridiculously easy. I knew Costa would obviously trouble them. We had the geezer from Norwich on, and he said that players like Diego Costa, the defence at Norwich, struggle against players of that calibre, of the style that he sort of has on a game. So I wasn't too surprised. I'm really happy with the result, and a lot of the viewers here know that I'm not normally overly optimistic.
But you're quite sensible.
Yeah, I might sound unsensible in saying this.
Please don't say top four.
I'm starting to think that there's a chance, a little bit of a chance of top four. Before you hurt me, the reason I think this is purely for the fact that, we're 8 points off top four, okay? In that top four, there are obviously 4 teams. 3 of them 4 teams, we still have to play at home. So that's 3 points that we could get on.
Off each one, yeah.
Yeah, off each one. And 3 of them teams, we're playing at home, so we have the home advantage. We could get results there, and that's gonna throw us up the table, without doubt. Obviously, City do have 2 games in hand, but then you've also got to look at the aspect of, although they did come off a League Cup win, which wasn't exactly convincing at the weekend, they're not looking very good in the league at all. We obviously done them at Stamford Bridge. Yes, I understand it wasn't their first team, so you can't really count that while sort of comparing it to the league. But it's definitely going to sort of, I don't know, cause some sort of panic in the dressing room as such when it comes to that game, because how we played against them last time, they're looking very poor with the whole managerial thing that's going on at the minute, and I genuinely think there's some sort of chance. It is slim, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I didn't think I'd say it, but I think there's some sort of chance there, definitely.
Well, remember, we are currently 8th in the league as it stands, but by tomorrow we could end up 11th. Let's just bring things to perspective here. We could end up 11th.
Oh yeah, I do understand that. I mean, after the League Cup at the weekend, the league is looking like a bit of a mess. I mean, Liverpool also have 2 games in hand, so.
Yeah, but it's definitely all to play for. There are 10 games left. That's 30 points up for grabs for us. Anyway, if we were to win all of those games, as it seems like we've picked up form, we're starting to win games where we don't really deserve it 100%. Like today we did, but the last bit of the second half we looked shaky, and Norwich were pouncing forward, and Redmond looked like Eden Hazard of last year. And we really could have conceded, but we didn't. So if we do that and we carry it through the next 10 games, why not? Why not? We could get top 4, and it gives us confidence for the Champions League. Don't you think, Lou?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, Max is normally very sensible. I'm always pessimistic.
You're going to be very today.
The main reason I'm saying it is because of the fact that out of that top 4, 3 of the teams we have to play at home.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still there just going, I don't want to be Robbie. I don't want to be Arsenal fan TV.
No, you don't want to be Ty.
I'm not going to be Ty. I'm not going to be, the Redmen, going to win one game. We're going for the title. We're going to win the league this season. We're going to win the league. No, it's you got to look at this realistically, lads. I know we're still going to play them at home, but the fact is, I reckon there's still going to be that chance, in fact, that very high chance, that mentality of crap. City beat us 3-0 at their place, or we lost 2-1 to Leicester at their place, or there's going to be that mentality. And Spurs, like I know we drew 0-0, but I hate saying this, like the team this season, I think them and Leicester are without a doubt the two most consistent teams in the league. That's why they're that's a Michael Owen comment. What am I on about? They're two most consistent teams. That's why they're the top two teams now. But their team this season, they've just got everything they need. They've obviously got that strength in depth. They've got that partnership now of Dele Alli and Dyer in holding midfield, which is very solid. Toby Alderweireld, Jan Vertonghen. It's a very solid team, and to get past that is going to be incredibly difficult. But if you look at the fixtures tomorrow, I'm looking at them now. You've got Arsenal versus Swansea, so that's 3 points for Arsenal. Then you've got Liverpool, Man City, and Man United, Watford are the other two big ones. Then you've got Stoke. So Arsenal, Swansea, Stoke, Newcastle, West Ham, Tottenham, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Watford. So if you look at, like you're saying, those two teams in the top four, Arsenal should win that game, no doubt whatsoever. Stoke should beat Newcastle. That is still has potential on us because they're level on points with us.
Yeah.
So their goal difference is -4 and we've got 4, but they could easily go higher up the table. West Ham and Tottenham could be an interesting game. West Ham at home, they've got some really, really good home form this season, haven't they? So that they could potentially do us a favour, even though the ideal result there would be a draw. But potentially, if we could get, I don't know, maybe if one of them win, it's okay. Like it would be nice to see West Ham beat Spurs. I'm saying that because I hate Spurs, but I think that could be good. Then obviously the big one is Liverpool, Man City.
Just let them kill each other. Simple as that. Just draw and we're great.
Literally, with all the games tomorrow, if they just end in draws and match of the day is crap, I'm happy. That's fine.
Yeah, that does wonders for us.
And I mean, like I don't know. I'm going to be optimistic here. We've had that a little bit more luck recently. Like apparently, Diego Costa's goal was offside tonight.
It was. However, he had a chance in the last 10 minutes, which wasn't offside, and he was clear on goal when the ref put his flag up. So it's even as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, okay, but yeah,
Simple.
I mean, it's a case of I'm about to say we've started to get that luck now. I mean, against Southampton we had that luck. We got that late goal. I was just there, literally, just straight away when they both scored. I was just there going, reverse fixtures, hate them. Just like so that was that. We obviously had the luck there. We had the luck tonight. We're starting, and we've definitely got on a roll under Gus, haven't we? So we haven't lost to him in the league. He's only lost one game, and that was that was against PSG.
That was PSG first.
And to be honest, for us, when he says that's a loss, it's like but we could potentially still win that game, or we could still win that tie. So yeah, exactly. So you never know what could happen. But I think if we can carry on this mentality from tonight and keep pushing forward, you never know what could happen. But I think Max is a bit cuckoo going top 4. Sorry, mate.
Well, let's talk on tonight.
I'm not saying. Sorry, I'm not saying we're going to do it. I'm saying that there's a chance of it happening.
Oh yeah, I know.
Earlier on in the season, we were saying no hope, like mid-table's all we can look at. But now we're looking at the numbers, and not only is it doable, but it's sort of, I don't know, like it can be done, especially with our current form. I mean, 3 games on the trot we've won now in the league, I think, maybe even more. Can't even think. Yeah, form's going well. We've got some decent games coming up. As I said, we're playing 3 of the top 4. There's a chance, and there's a stronger chance than we've had at any other point this season. That's the only reason I'm bringing it up. I'm not saying we're now favourites to get in the top 4. I'm not saying I'm going to go and put money on it. But yeah, I'm just saying there's more chance now.
Please don't put money on it.
No, you're going to just lose.
I wasted all my money today. Look, the Premier League is so ridiculously unpredictable now.
My God. We clearly got a betting man over here.
Yeah. If you did the Ladbrokes Cup advert, we could recreate that for 100%, couldn't we? You'd have Max, are you the gut truster or the mathematician?
I don't even know. I'm just that guy that puts 13 fucking teams on an accumulator and just 50p bet with a £1,358 return, hoping it comes through. That's what it's
It's only 50p, so Eunice, it's only
No,
50.
no.
It
I know
is.
that
It's worth a shot. I've done it before.
It's just a bit of fun.
But based on today's game, we're going to talk on today's form and how we performed today. Wonderful start. Did everything correctly. Got the goal. Got Diego Costa to score the second. We were comfortable. Why is it there's always a time in the game where we have to gift the opposition some space? We have to gift them chances. We have to gift them, just opportunity to try and get back at us because they got the goal to get one back. And I don't know about you, but at that point I was starting to think, you know what, they might actually get a draw here. What do we have to do to not put ourselves in that situation? Why is it there's always a point in the game where we just cause that for ourselves, Max?
I really don't know. I think the main problem is definitely down to the defensive midfield. The Matic today, as always, was woeful. In my opinion, shouldn't have been in the team. I was shocked to see Traore and Kennedy. Obviously, our three top youth prospects that could be in the league, could be in the first team, are Traore, Kennedy, and Loftus-Cheek. Out of them three, I've got to admit, if any one of them three deserves it more than the others, I've got to say Loftus-Cheek. Because not only is that position a position that is weak and needs replacing strongly, but also I feel like every opportunity he's been given, he has proved himself. He's just come back from signing a new contract until 2021. Yep. The club have showed a desire to want him in the future and showed that he has got a future at the club, hopefully. Why he didn't start today, I really don't know. I think the fact that Matic is still in there is a joke. I think he should go in the summer. I get that the player that he was last season was incredible, but we haven't seen any glimpse of that. Not even like 10 minutes in one game this season. He's just been consistently shit. Yeah. There's not been anything that you can look at and think, oh, here's a glimpse of what he was last season. Maybe that might come through. I just haven't seen anything. I feel like he's genuinely lost it. And I get this only one season, don't get me wrong. But he's just been so awful consistently that I really don't see him having much of a future. And with someone like Loftus-Cheek performing so well, I really think he should be in there. But it's definitely that defensive midfield that sort of first half it looked relatively solid, but yeah.
Well, they were missing Naismith. Let's not forget this. Cameron Jerome had a shocker today, as far as I'm concerned. He was all over the place. One point I want to mention, Pato. We finally got him on the bench, and he wasn't used.
He was warming up in the first half as well at some point.
Lads, right, Eunice, right, okay. We're just going to quickly wrap something up here. Saying right in the summer, we had to chat about Falcao, didn't we? Who was right there?
What are you saying? That Pato's going to turn out to be Falcao?
He's not. I've already put a £5 bet on somebody in Matthew Harding. If he scores more than one goal, that is he's not. I can't see him doing well. I've already put a £5 bet on. Is Pato going to score more than one goal? No, he won't, because he probably won't get into the flaming starting 11. He's not. Why do you sign Alexandre Pato when you have someone perfectly good who's homegrown and academy prospect in Patrick Bamford? Seriously, sorry. Izzy Brown. So Joe Wage just put Izzy Brown as well. Dominic Solanke. You did a video on this, Eunice.
I did, and to be fair, no, don't get me wrong. If it was down to me, right, I would definitely promote someone like Tammy Abraham.
Yes.
I mean, you look at Rashford and what he's just done for United. The guy is on £600 a week, and he scored 2 against Arsenal. He's earning 600 times less than Rooney. And I would definitely give someone like Tammy a chance. But for someone like Pato, who we realise was slightly off, well, he wasn't injured. He wasn't fit. He wasn't match fit when we signed him. Now it turns out he is. And he's not being used. But a lot of people are saying good things about him. He should be given that chance just to prove himself. Falcao was given that chance, didn't live up to it. Pato should. And he wasn't today.
Okay.
Why?
Okay. So he's if he gets given that opportunity, he's going to get injured again. We signed a player. When you normally look at the Brazilian league, granted, Pato 5 years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago, was banging in the goals in the Serie A. Granted, but he's gone back to Brazil, where it was to rediscover his form. He couldn't even do it there. So why do we sign him? I just don't get it. It's like, oh yeah, we're going to nurture him, we're going to bring him back. What, the same as we were going to do with Falcao? Well, if he isn't match fit when we get him in January, what's the point? Because the whole point then was we were going to sign somebody who could, because Remy was out, wasn't he? Costa was running on crutches, so we didn't have a striker, so we had to bring someone in. We had Traore, they didn't trust him. We had Bamford, they didn't trust him. At the beginning of the window, we had Bamford, didn't we? And it's just, I don't know why.
Well, obviously with Pato, we're going to have to wait and see what happens with him. He looks like he's match fit now. He's being selected, so let's wait and see if he does play.
I don't really think there's any games left of the season that you can start him in. He's not going to start in the league game.
Yeah, you can't. It is late.
Champions League that, I mean, to the bookies, we're not going to get further than the next round. Obviously, we can.
To the bookies.
Yeah.
I knew that was
coming. We're not favourites. Do you get what I mean? So he's not going to start in that game. FA Cup quarter-final, he's not going to start there at Everton because that's a tough game. There's not really any games left for him to start.
And well, one thing I want to mention, I said this when we played Southampton. Do you guys realise any change in the system at all when we played nowadays? Because as far as I'm concerned, I don't. It looks like we're playing the exact same way. It just looks like the players are a bit happier. We're still playing side to side. We're still not going down the middle. We're still not taking shots.
It's a little bit more positive, but only a little bit. Like it's not as if it's all of a sudden become this expansive football playing style.
No, it's just character.
It's a case of it. We've got a system of we're going to pass it round the back, and I think Hiddink knew he couldn't really go right. I'm going to implement this new system. I'm going to do it now because there was a system that worked, and it was a case of getting points to the board. But I do think it's a bit more expansive, and he gives a little bit more of an opportunity to flair players.
Yeah.
And I think that has only helped us. In hindsight, I think at the beginning of the season we had been figured out, and I think I love the man's bits, but Mourinho was causing a bit of a hindrance by being stubborn, but that was in his character, and obviously you can't change your character, it's who you are. And I just think in the end, even though it hurts me to say and it hurts all of us, I think it was difficult, but I think maybe it was clearly the best thing to do. There was too much player power, it wasn't working, and then I think like Hiddink's come in, he is the man who is, that 60-year-old. He's that uncle, that granddad, which is just like, yeah, your parents say you have to go to bed at 9 o'clock, but you can go to bed at 12 tonight. Yay, thanks, granddad. He's that sort of person. He's sort of like, he's made them all happy again, and then he's gone, right, you're a flair player. You have to defend. You have to do this. However, do what you want going forward. Bring out that special skill, those skills you have, those fancy stuff. But I don't know. It's not really changed a lot, but I think it's changed a little bit.
Well, moving on to obviously we're gonna have to wait. This whole manager situation. We've got Conte, who looks like he's the favourite to take over. It looks like it's gonna happen. I would definitely put.
Way for you.
What?
You want me to say Antonio Conte? Huh?
Hey, Mr. It looks like that's gonna happen. I would definitely put 20 quid on that happening because it looks certain. But moving on, we've got Stoke next. Where would you go from here? Would you change anything? Would you use the same lineup as today? Considering we have PSG immediately after Stoke, and do you think we can keep this form up? Do you see us winning against Stoke?
I think we need the 3 points against Stoke, definitely. They're a tough side, both away and at home. Physical side, as well as that attacking threat that they have this season, which is ridiculous. I'm going to say names. I'm not sure if any of them are injured. Obviously, they've got Afellay, Bojan, Shaqiri. Whether or not any of them are injured, I don't know. My knowledge of Stoke at the moment isn't too great. But yeah, they are a difficult side to play against. Obviously, they're sort of rocking about a similar position to us in the league, aren't they? So it will definitely help out our position. But as you said, PSG midweek, we've got to consider that, I think, because as Louis said earlier, there is still all to play for. The way I look at that PSG game, I don't look at it as a loss. I look at it more as a draw, in the sense that we got the away goal.
Yeah, definitely.
There's definitely a positive to take away from that. But yeah, I'm trying to think who we could drop that would maybe get in that team. But you've got to look at it last time. I'm pretty sure with the game before the away game at PSG, we didn't really drop anyone. I highly doubt we're going to do what City did in the Cup against us and put out like 9 or 10 bloody youth players. I'm pretty sure it would just more or less be a full strength side, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, nothing too drastic because we're at home against Stoke and then we're at home against PSG, so players don't need to be rested considerably anyway.
I just think because Stoke are that team which just kick the living hell out of you. I think that
Well, they used to be.
they still are. When me and Dan went
I don't think they are as much anymore.
No,
I do agree with
they're
you.
considerably less. They're more about flair now. They've got Shaqiri and Afellay and...
you still
Everything
got Ryan Shawcross at centre half. He's gonna.
Yeah,
He's gonna.
We got Diego Costa. It's fine. We'll knock him out. It's no
Yeah, he's
problem.
going to knock him out. He's actually going to walk up to him and go, "Oh, you're smelly. I don't like you." That's what he's going to do. Then Ryan Shawcross is going to purposely put a can of Shaw deodorant in his sock, and at every single mark, he's going to mark Diego Costa. He's going to go, "Okay, right, let's go. Let's have that corner. You're mine, Diego." He can't moan about it being smelly now. He's going to come prepared. He's going to know what to do. But they still are a team which is they have that. At the beginning of the season, I think they got trailed off a bit, but they might be starting to come back now. They had that balance of you had the flair at the top, but you had that solidity at the back.
Yeah.
Against us, they like to play us. They like it, and I think against us they always come out. I do think though I wouldn't. There's players that I would not risk. Like I don't know is JT. He's not going to be back for PSG, is he?
Doubtful.
Okay, so if JT's doubtful,
could be, but
I think against Southampton, I don't think Bubba was at his best. But today, I mean, from what I think Kennedy should be given a place. If you can't get into a team for scoring goals on merit, then I don't know. But I think Kennedy should be in that side, and I think that's the only big change that I would make. I think that. I don't know. I want to say let's play Bertrand Traore, but it's a case of I think he's good as a striker, and in terms of winger options, you've obviously got Pato who can play out the wing because he played on the wing, didn't he, for a lot of the time in Brazil. But I think it's going to be difficult to call. But I would drop a couple of players, have them raring to go for PSG and have them sort of going, why wasn't I starting against Stoke? Right, you're playing me against PSG and they're going to be ready to go. It's players like Costa. I think if you did that with him, said I'm going to give you a rest because I want you fired up for PSG. And if Diego Costa's fired up, the prime example of him being fired up and using that properly was Everton in the 6-3 last season. And I know that was a while ago, but he's coming back, isn't he? He's scoring goals. So if he gets that mentality, if we have that mentality against PSG, I think that is what could see us through. I think that could be it. And sorry, mate, go on.
Oh no, good point.
So I personally, I would start Traore up top, and I'd start Kennedy. I probably would start Bubba and get him ready for PSG. Like have him potentially go, right, if you don't perform today, you're not in the team. And then I don't know. We'll have to see. Gonna have to promote. I don't know. Is Ola Aina still about? I've lost track of all the players we have out on loan. It's just like
it's chaotic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, last point to make. Based on today and our win, and we're 8th. Obviously, considering tomorrow, if results go our way, we might stay there. If they don't, the minimum we can go to is 11th. Where does your priority lie now? League, possibly top 4, top 5, top 6. Or are you going all out Champions League and FA Cup, Max?
I don't know. See, the thing with top 4, as I said, we can do it. I do strongly believe that, but you've really, really fucking got to focus on it in order to get there. Which does mean you've got to drop to Champions League, and you're risking the best chance in the FA Cup that we have had for a little while. I would love to win the FA Cup.
That'd be a good day.
I just think not getting top 4 would be so damaging. I genuinely do, because then that's another season that we're not playing European football.
Remember, if we do end up somehow performing what we did in 2012, right?
Yeah.
And we do it again, we get Champions League football.
I'm going to say focus on the cup. I want the FA Cup this year. It's been too long. I want that. I want to go to Wembley. I'm going Everton away. I'm going Wembley for the semi. I want to do every single game in our FA Cup victory this year, hopefully.
So you're going cup competitions, obviously Champions League as well, yeah?
Cup competition.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not overly confident about Wednesday. Obviously, I think we could do it. We're not favourites. I'd say it's like a 60-40 on that game. But if we do progress into the semis, it will be huge if we get any... the quarterfinals, sorry, not the semis. It will be huge if we get any further when you look at some of the teams that are left in it. I mean, I don't see anyone getting past Barcelona, not even on their day. And if Barcelona have a bad day, I think it's not necessarily can we win the Champions League, it's where do we meet Barcelona and get knocked out.
look, I'm going to say this. We've had an atrocious year yet, but if there's anyone on earth, right, that can cause Barca some damage,
you think?
It's yours truly. It's us, and it's only us. It's only us that can stop them. On their good day or bad day, we've done it before countless times. We can do it.
See Arsenal go knock them out on next Tuesday.
Did you not be funny? Right, Arsenal can if they don't win the league this season, which everyone's going, oh, I don't think they could win the league. They're 5 points adrift. Let's be realistic. They probably still could. If they don't win the league, Spurs finish above them, and we win a cup. They can say we finished below them in the league, but God, our season would have been good. And so would the Spurs. I don't know what this is. This would just be a great year for us if we just still do more than Arsenal and still do crap in the league. That's just they. But to be fair, we do take the mick at them when they go, oh, yeah, we won the FA Cup this year. It's going to be us going, we won the FA Cup this year, and then it's going to be reverse roles, and it's going to be.
Well, what would you prioritise, Louis? Would you say let's go for the league and let's try and get top four? Wow,
I say take one game at a time, see how it goes. You got to look at it as instead of going, oh, we're going to do this. It's great to have to be looking forward and be going, we've got this coming up, we've got this coming up, and planning like that. But we have to go. If we lose to Stoke this weekend, I'm going to be there going, right, may as well say goodbye to the league. I think it would be nice to get the FA Cup, but like Max says, it's really damaging for us not to get Champions League. Like I was saying, like for the whole season, if we don't get Champions League, teams like Manchester United, when they had that, we all playing for Manchester United. We don't have that. We don't have that sense of you're playing for Chelsea Football Club, and it doesn't have the same sort of ring to it, really, does it? I mean, if you were saying you're playing for Manchester United, people go, oh, I'm playing for the team. They've got all that history. Obviously, you've got the players that came out of the Munich air crash, and they came and they did so well. You had Bobby Charlton came in. He won the World Cup. He came out of the crash. They've got that sense of those players, George Best, all of that. We have cult hero players, but you don't have the George Bests, the Bobby Charltons at Chelsea. And I think it would be very, very damaging for us not to get Champions League. So if we somehow pull off a miracle and get top four or win the Champions League, I'll be a happy bunny. But if we can get any form of European football by winning the FA Cup, then I think, that's really what we've got to be looking at there.
Louis is very sensible tonight. Very, very clear, no red cheeks. It's all going wonderfully for you.
No red cheeks. I tell you what, it's really hot in here, mate. I've had to open the windows.
Just before we were about to wrap up, Daniel, hello, welcome. Son of Chelsea. Let's get your view on today's game really quickly. How do you think we performed? Obviously, we started off wonderfully, and we ended up in a little bit of a panic, but we got through it. How do you feel it went? And after you're done with that, what's the focus now? Go for the league, try and get top four while it's still possible, or are you focusing more on the Champions League and the FA Cup? I'm
just going to get the popcorn and the retirement home stuff out because I'm going to be here a while. Carry on, Dan. Off you go, mate.
No, can you hear me? Okay, guys.
We can, yeah.
Okay, so no, I think a win is a win. It's very frustrating. The second half performance I'm talking about, that we started so well. Sure, the Costa goal was offside. It was great to see both Kennedy and Traore get starts. I thought that was a very interesting and very bold tactical move from Hiddink, and I think it paid off with both of them, which was good. The focus, it's weird because if you asked me this question even on Saturday, I would have said to you, it's the FA Cup and the Champions League. Now, that probably still should be the way it is because realistically, if I'm being bluntly honest with you, I'm going to say that we can't get top four But every game we win, I look at that table and we're getting higher. The thing I'll say is it's the good thing about the league is it's all momentum, it's all building confidence, and whether we're using the league as more of a sense of something that can build us up to those bigger games, or or a sense to just gain more confidence. Either way you put it, or a mission to try and get as high as we can. That it's a positive for me. A win is a win, and you can never take that away. I was just a little bit disappointed with certain individuals tonight, but I mean we've got a game against Stoke, who are one of the teams above us in the league, and if we can beat them, it all builds up. And I think after next week we'll be a lot more clear on where we are, because we've got the Everton game and the PSG game, two massive games in our season. The last massive week we had was the first leg of the PSG game and the Man City game, and it'll be interesting to see. So overall, I'm positive with it. It's a win. The win on Saturday was good. 3 wins in a row. Kennedy scoring a goal. Costa scoring a goal. We pretty much annoyed most of Carrow Road, which was a positive. Yeah, that's basically that's my wrap up of the game.
Wonderful. And Pato, we're just discussing Pato. Would you love to see him tonight, or do you think he's not ready? Do you think he will be ready? Do you think there's any point using him? Because we discussed that, and there's a bit of mixed opinion whether he should even be used.
Well, the thing was, I think I was looking at half time and I was going, we're 2-0 up here. We're in cruise control. Unfortunately, the players obviously heard what I was saying, because then they decided to go out with that mentality of the cruise control, and luckily, because Norwich are so poor in the final third, it didn't cost us. Against a better side like Stoke, we probably would have ended up dropping 2 points there. With Pato, I think it would have been a perfect opportunity if our players would have come out and played a lot better. If we would have come out in the first 10, 15 minutes of that second half and buried the game at 3-0, you could start relaxing, and then you bring on. The reason why Hiddink brought on Mikel and Willian was because he looked at our side and went, we're not dealing with the game here. He could see the goal coming off a mile away. Unfortunately, Mikel came on and didn't really have the impact I think that was needed, which was a shame. And I think that's what kind of limited. I think our team let the subs down, if that makes sense. The first team came out, and I think if we would have scored a third, then you may have seen a difference within the changes that came on. I think you would have seen a Loftus-Cheek maybe be given a chance. You may have seen, as I say, a Pato. Yeah, because I would have personally taken off Costa just to rest him, because you don't want him getting injured before the big games. But no, overall, I'd like to see Pato get given a chance. It's whereabouts he's going to get given that chance, because right now you're not putting him in front of Costa, who I think has scored, what is it, 10 in his last 14, 10 in 14, which is absolutely clinical, and it's lovely. It's brilliant to see Costa going back to where we know he can be. I just, funny enough, before coming on this, I did my review for my channel, and I was speaking about Hazard, and I kind of had a little rant about him, negative rant about Hazard, which I won't go on now because I know Louis getting his popcorn. But no, I had a rant about
great retirement homes in Spain, lads.
Yeah, and there was the thing with Hazard, and looking at Costa and Fabregas and the way those two players have changed their form around. Hazard especially it's just so depressing. But yeah, that's all I can really say on the game, really. And I just don't know where Pato's going to feature. I just really don't. If it has to be a case where we're 3-0 up and you could easily bring him on, that's the only thing I'll say. But how many times in the Premier League do you get that? That's the thing.
That's true. And obviously, with the run up to Stoke, we were talking about bouncing from this game and how we can take momentum forward. Do you see us winning against Stoke? Do you see a similar performance to tonight, or do you see us bottling it?
Well, no, because bottling it is for another team. No, the thing is I look at Chelsea at the moment, and I think Stoke's going to be a difficult game. There are no real. If we look at it, with the last 2 games, we've won 2-1. They've both been away games, as it is in the Premier League. Stoke have got some quality players. Their form has kind of been up and down. I expected a lot better of them, but then you look at where they are in the league, and that's probably still quite good for them. So it's at home, which is a positive. I pray that Pedro's back. I don't know if he is, but it's a hamstring, because I'd like to see Pedro start that game especially. I'm not sure. I think we can win it on the form we have. We're probably one of the most informed teams in the Premier League at the moment. So you'd say that we have a good chance of winning it. It's just going to be a difficult game. I don't think we should go into any game at the moment expecting to win. And that's the thing. I feel overall that it will be a difficult game. They've got players like Shaqiri, Arnautovic. They've beaten us already twice this season. So that's the way to look at it as well. But I know we were in a different kind of stage of our season at that point. But no, I'm looking forward to it, and I think it's great now to be looking at it and being positive about Chelsea once again. And we're kind of at a stage, aren't we, where we're sort of we're not being talked about at all. We're not the story. We're not, which I think actually is a positive thing. And there's a sense of calm with Gus Hiddink. He's gone in there and he's calmed things down. He seems to free a lot of the stress away from the players. And you see now they're winning. So that's the big, I think, key about it. But that's what I'll say. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens on Saturday. And then we've got the absolutely huge game against PSG, and also against Everton, which hopefully I'm going to be going up to. But those are two huge games in our season, and I'd love. It's good because we're going into it with such form. That's the positive thing about it, and it's at home. Hopefully JT will be back, so that's the way I'll say it.
Well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Daniel, thank you for that. Great insight as usual. But there we are. That's the review for today's game against Norwich. We've got ourselves a win. We can't be much happier than this, really, unless if we destroyed them like 6-0. But we didn't. 3 points are 3 points. We just keep moving. Guys, thank you all so much for coming on. Max, Louis, and Dan. Be sure to check all of their channels out. You got Max, who's the 12th man. Link is in the description. Louis the Boogaloo. Link is in the description. And Daniel, known as Son of Chelsea, link is in the description. What was you going to say?
There is on my channel there is a collaboration with the Son of Chelsea where we discuss Adam Johnson. So if you fancy having a look, that's got some good insight on that. So we had a little chat about that, and that went really well. So if you guys want to have a look at that, that's something really, really worth having a look at. Sorry.
When's the next upload, Louis?
I actually bought the tripod. It's sat in my room at home. So there should be one as soon as I get home on Friday. So that'll be fun. Yeah.
Well, be sure to catch their content. I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually going to watch that after this. But no, I'm going to do a Premier League recap of today over on my channel, Eunice HH, and another one tomorrow. So yeah, that's going to be a regular thing.
Time, Eunice.
It is. Yeah, it is. So be sure to check that out later tonight. And as usual, thank you all for watching. Check out the social media links in the description. I've just been asked to give everyone a wave. Hello everyone, Eunice is giving all of you a wave, and so is everyone else. That's from everyone. So yeah, there we are. Stoke, we will be back to fan cams at the bridge for Stoke. Yes, we will be. It's been very hesitant recently, but we will be there at Stoke to do fan cams. So be sure to check that out. Again, thank you for watching. Check out all these guys' channels. We shall see all of you really, really soon. So you guys can take it away and say goodbye.
Take care, guys. Thank you for watching again tonight. Please check out my channel. Link will be in the description. Thanks, Eunice, for plugging me. Thank you for letting me come back. It is so good to be back. I've missed this so much.
Awesome. Have a good one, guys. Take care.